welcome into Cross the Heart Ministry. I'm Laurie McFarland with a special treat for you today. I have two of my four grandgirls with me. These are the oldest. I have, what is your name?
Charlie.
This is Charlie. And how old are you, Charlie?
6.
Charlie is 6. And I have Julia Grace, who is
10.
And they are visiting from Houston, Texas. They came up to meet their new baby cousin in Tulsa, so we've had a big time. And while they're here, they always enjoy baking with me and cooking with me. And we've already made some biscuits earlier in the week, right?
Yeah.
And so today we're going to make a recipe for you, and we'll demonstrate that in a moment. But before we do, you want to tell the viewers about the surprise Grammy had for you?
Granny had a surprise for us. We had 3 options, and well, 3.
No.
5. Well, 5, yeah, I think. And well, I chose this one. They were all purple because purple is my favorite color. And well, this one was the prettiest. Sissy also agreed with me.
And why did you think this was the prettiest of all the options?
I just think it was really realistic, and I just really like how my name was wrote.
Okay, how your name is written. And you liked that pot on there too, I think you said? Okay, well, I think you made an excellent choice. Okay, so that's, and tell them what we're going to do with this cookbook then.
We're going to put, like, every time basically we come up targets, so we do cooking with Grammy, and we never get to really see that, so we don't have to watch this. We just are bringing our cookbooks, like.
We're going to print the recipes as we make them and then put them in there, right?
And I'm going to bring it up every time I come to Arkansas.
Well, you don't have to. I'll just print the recipe and mail it to you or something, or you can take it back and put it in your cookbook. We'll figure that out. But you should have a cookbook full of recipes you've made with Grammy, right?
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
My options were blue, and I thought this was my choice. I like it because I like the way the fruits in the whisk are drawn, and it's a really pretty color.
Yeah, and it makes a beautiful little border around the words. So, okay.
All my choices were blue because blue's my favorite color.
Yes. And even though they had 5 choices for their cookbook cover, they both had no problem making a decision. They knew immediately which was their favorite. They thought the other 4 were nice, but it wasn't even hard to make the decision. They just seemed to say this one, and they knew which one it was. So why don't we set this cookbook aside, out of the way for now, and tell us again, Charlie, what we're making?
After school energy ball.
After school energy balls. Okay. And Julia Grace, what would these be good for?
They would be good for school snacks as long as your class is okay with peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also good for snacks after school.
Okay.
Like she names Justice.
Yeah. And why would peanut butter not be always a good option?
Because some people have peanut allergies.
Okay. And so sometimes the after school program they go to, they do not allow them to even have peanut butter. So kind of a warning here, we are using peanut butter in this recipe. And the first ingredient, Julia Grace, I'm going to put you in charge of telling us what we put in first. Well, do you want to read the first ingredient and put it in? What's the first?
1 cup of peanut butter.
1 cup of peanut butter. I forgot that Charlie's a good reader now. She's graduated from kindergarten and she is reading very well. Okay, so I may have to help you with this one just a little bit. What do you think?
I want to do it all myself.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. It's a little bit tough to get it out. Let me get you started, okay? And then I'll do a circle. I won't now. I'll just do a circle and then you can pull it in. Okay? Yeah, it's kind of sticky, isn't it? Peanut butter is very sticky. When I pre-measured it, I kind of rinsed the measuring cup with a little bit of water. And sometimes that helps to make it not quite so sticky. But a spatula is very helpful. So we are getting all of our peanut butter out. Charlie is helping. I'm going to get it all out.
Also, you are helping.
I'm helping you. Okay, you're in charge and I am helping. Let's put it that way. Okay, do you think we've got enough peanut butter out of there? Is that good? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, no, we don't need to do that, do we? Okay, you want to hold that? Okay, so we got the peanut butter. Julia Grace, what's the next ingredient?
Half a cup of honey.
All right. Half a cup of honey. All right, so Joey Grace, do you want to try to pour that honey in? Let me get a different spatula since Charlie is making that spatula inadequate. She's sort of forfeiting the right of that spatula to be used in our cooking today. Okay, so again, the honey is kind of sticky as well. I had 2 different jars of honey. I was finishing up this one that I have here. I actually put it in a bowl of warm water, turned upside down to kind of loosen it up. And then I had another one that was the very end of it. And between the 2, I had all that I needed. And how much honey did we need for this recipe?
Half a cup of honey.
Half a cup of honey. Okay, so at this point, when you get the peanut butter and the honey combined, it's helpful to mix it if you go ahead and heat this up in the microwave for just a few seconds. And so viewers, we have just done this just a little bit in the microwave, just enough to soften it up. And so we're going to go ahead and sort of mix this. So Julia Grace, I'm going to let you sort of try to mix the honey and the peanut butter a little.
And then can I?
And then you can have a turn after you are finished with that, licking that little spatula clean, if you want to set that aside. And Charlie, can you tell us what is the next item on our list after the honey?
1 teaspoon of vanilla.
No, before the vanilla, what's that? You missed
1 cup of oat.
1 cup of oats, okay? 1 cup of oats. Okay, so can you lay down the spatula? Okay. And I think I am going to get a little hand sanitizer and hit your hands. So we'll be right back. How many oats did you say, Charlie? How much oats?
1 cup of oat.
1 cup of oats. What do we use this for?
Flattening it out.
Flattening it out. So when we scoop it up, Grammy always says scoop more than you need. And then, how do you do that? Nice and slow. Nice and slow.
So you don't get it out of the plate.
Out of the paste, yes.
Sweet.
Okay.
Little hole.
And what do we usually use this for besides oats? That little leveler. Do you remember what else we've measured? And when we made biscuits, what did you use it for?
Sugar.
Sugar. And that was when we made cookies. And we also use it when we make biscuits for flour.
Spilled some.
Okay, let's let Charlie.
Make mistakes and have fun.
Okay, let's lay this down and you can dump the oats in. In they go. Very good, very good.
Now I mix it.
Joey Grace is going to do a little mixing and then you can finish up. We dropped a few oats. I'm just going to scoop those up and throw them in. Okay, next ingredient. Let's let Charlie mix a little bit, Joey Grace, and then you can tell us what is the next ingredient.
The next ingredient is 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Okay, you're going to tell them about our measuring spoons that we have?
Yes, I would like to. We are going to use our heart measuring spoons, but because they help us remember that we are making with love.
That's right. We put a little love in everything we bake or make, right?
But just a little warning, if you get these from Granny, she gave us some, and Charlie, me, and my dad, and we thought we couldn't use them because they didn't say the measurements, but they say them on the back. Instead of the measurements on the front, they say things like a dash of tenderness, a pinch of joy, a teaspoonful of perfection, and a heap of love.
Okay, so you have to look at the ones on the back to know exactly what the measurement is. And so how much?
You can also look at the front.
And see the fun little things. Okay, so how much vanilla do we need?
1 teaspoon.
1 teaspoon of vanilla. So let's go ahead and get that measured out. Actually, you did the oats, so whose turn is it to do the next ingredient? Sissy's.
Teaspoon.
Okay, I'll pour it and you hold it nice and flat. Okay. Charlie's going to look at the next ingredient. Okay. And of course, Grammy always likes to use the real vanilla instead of the imitation, but imitation will work.
It's time for 1 and
Right all the way to here. So this is the half cup, and this is where you have options. So
1 and 2 cup of raisins.
It's not 1 and a 2. That means a half. 1/2 means half. So half a cup. No, not 1 1/2, just a half. 1/2, yeah.
1/2. Cup raisins,
Craisins.
craisins, chocolate chips, or white chocolate chips.
So we've got choices there. So
You're using it with chocolate chips.
yes,
but
yes,
You can do whatever you like.
exactly. So you've got choices. So should we use raisins instead of chocolate chips? Do you like raisins better than chocolate chips? No, you want the chocolate chips?
Yeah.
Somehow thought you might. I prefer using the mini chocolate chips in this recipe, but we didn't have any on hand. So we're going to use the regular chocolate chips. I like to keep those stored in the freezer so they stay nice and cold. If they're already room temperature, they tend to melt in the warm batter that you've been messing with. So I'm going to get those out of the freezer, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. Got the chocolate chips out of the freezer. And what does that say on my measuring cup right there? A half. So 1/2 means a half. So we're going to put 1/2 cup of these in here.
Can I pour?
I think it's your turn to pour. Yes. So this can be a little messy. Okay, so dump those in there.
It's gonna be delicious when we eat them.
Yes, it is. Okay, this makes kind of a small batch. You could double this up if you want, but this is going to be just enough for our purposes. It's a little sticky, but they're going to hold together really well. They're going to be absolutely delicious. If you've got some flaxseed and you want to put some of that in, you can do that. That would make them even healthier. If you don't want the texture with the whole oats, you can even process those a little in your food processor. But for our liking, this is just fine. So I'm going to get these mixed up. I'm going to get it all off the edges of the bowl with the spatula here. We're not going to use that spatula because somebody has already used it for other purposes. Get this all mixed around. And Julia Grace, what are we going to do with this after we make it into little balls? Do you remember? Have you read the recipe? But you can refer to it again.
You're going to place it on parchment paper lined cookies.
Okay, we're going to make it in little balls, put it on the cookie sheet, stick it in the freezer, and they'll just sort of flash freeze in a couple of hours, be nice and hard, and then they'll fit nice. They'll go nicely into a freezer bag, and you can pull out a couple at a time, 4 at a time, let them thaw slightly, and then they're ready to go. We're going to probably eat a couple of these right away, but we're going to freeze the rest and have those available in the freezer when these hungry girls have been out running errands with Grammy and they feel like they are dying and just need a good, healthy, somewhat healthy snack. So let's go ahead and pull our parchment paper lined cookie sheet over. And so I just have my little cookie scoop here, and we're just going to drop these little balls on just like so, almost like you're making cookies. These are our energy bites. Charlie is, you're putting the chocolate chips back. I thought you were getting into the chocolate chips, so that would not surprise me either. You ate one? Okay, well, that's sort of your wages for helping do all the work, right? So we're gonna put these, well, I'm just gonna put these on here real quick. It's kind of hard to squeeze it.
And it's almost time for the end of the video.
It's time for the what?
End of the video.
End of the video. We are getting to the end. And how do we know we're close to the end of the video?
Because we're putting them onto the platter thingamajig, whatever they.
We're putting it onto the cookie sheet. There's no more ingredients to put in.
Yeah, you don't. And this is
No cook recipe.
You don't even have to put it in the oven.
That's right. So it's a nice one to make in the summer when you don't want to make your kitchen all hot from having the oven turn on. So Charlie, can you go through again? Do you remember the ingredients that go into our energy balls? Can you even look at the ingredients that are on the counter or read the recipe?
A cup of peanut butter, which has a cup of honey, a 1 cup of oats, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a cup of raisins, or craisins, or chocolate chips, or white chocolate chips. Add peanut butter and honey to.
Well, she's reading.
Honey, Sable, and Charlie. That never happened.
You don't have to read all the instructions, but you can if you want to. We're so impressed that our little kindergartner is reading so well. Okay.
I was the top reader in my class.
You were the top reader in your class. Why am I not surprised? So proud of my granddaughter. Okay, so this made 20. I've probably got enough here to do 1 or maybe 2 more balls, but about 20 to 24 energy balls, depending upon how large you make them. And so we're gonna put these in the freezer, but for right now, we may just go ahead and eat 1 before they're completely firm. So why don't you pick 1? I'm sure you're looking for one that's got a lot of chocolate chips. And girls, what do you think?
Delicious.
Delicious. You heard it here. Sticky, but delicious. So that's why you want to have them frozen just a little bit so that they're firm. So for Cross My Heart Ministry, I'm Laura McFarland here with my grand girls, Charlie and Julia Grace, bringing you a recipe for after-school energy balls. We think you'll be happy to have these in your freezer. Grab a couple on the way to school to pick up the kids, and they'll be thawed by the time you get there, and they'll have a little pick-me-up to make them get through the afternoon until dinner. Thanks so much for spending part of your day with us. I'm Laura. This is Charlie. This is Julia Grace. Hoping you have a blessed week.